what you really ought to do is pull out your phone. Hopefully you got a smartphone and start taking pictures of the scene.
Do you know what to expect if you're involved in a personal injury case? Well, that's what we're going to ask the lawyer today on this episode. Hi, everybody. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com. My guest is attorney Greg Herrman of the law firm Herrman Herrman, with offices in Corpus Christi, San Antonio, McAllen, and Brownsville, Texas. Greg, thank you for making some time for us today. I appreciate it.
Yes, you're welcome.
Now, I noticed right off the bat you've got your covering there for your mask. You're being safe. I appreciate that.
Right. Yeah, I was just going to do a quick PSA and remind everybody to put on some kind of face covering. You still have to maintain your 6 feet from everybody, but hopefully this will help knock down the virus. And in case you're asymptomatic or something, and you don't even know you have it, keeps you from breathing on other people. So.
That's a great idea. So let's get started. So you're injured, somebody else's negligence. So let's just go step one, Greg. What's the first thing you should do if you're injured at someone else's negligence?
Well, of course, if you're injured enough, just get to the hospital as quick as you can. And I was going to add one thing about that. Of course, right now with the COVID-19 crisis, there's issues going to the emergency room because they don't really want you there, especially if you're in one of these cities that's a hot spot and you're kind of being overrun. But, call your doctor or, call the hospital to show up there, see if they can't send you somewhere else. We have places we can probably get you into MRI facilities that can do CAT scans and PET scans and things like that. That are critical just in case you've got any kind of internal bleeding or bleeding on the brain, things like that.
So it sounds like, though, more important than ever, though, Greg, that you contact an attorney early in this process if you're going to need help even just getting somewhere to get care.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was going to say now, let's say the injury's not that bad and, you're not dying, you're not being hauled away in an ambulance or something. What you really ought to do is pull out your phone. Hopefully you got a smartphone and start taking pictures of the scene and all the traffic control devices, where the sun is, anything that would have blocked anybody's vision, trees, parked cars, things like that. Take pictures of your vehicle, the other vehicle. I'm assuming it's an auto accident, but whatever it is, just get pictures of the scene because things change and things disappear. Evidence disappears. If there's any witnesses, at least take a picture of them. Maybe we can identify them later. If you can turn on your recording and take a quick statement, do that. But kind of stuff that won't be there by the time you get around to hiring a lawyer and a lawyer gets his investigative team out there. Some stuff may not be there. So I would do all that first before you contact a lawyer.
And then how long do I have to contact a lawyer? I know there are statutes of limitations, but I'm guessing you don't want to wait till the day before the limitations run out.
Yeah, no lawyer's going to take your case if you show up the day before the statute runs. In Texas for most torts is what a negligence case would be. It's 2 years. Now, a lot of states are less than that, like Louisiana's 1 year. But you want to contact a lawyer long before that, and mainly because of what we just mentioned. Evidence disappears, witnesses disappear, people move, people forget, people's stories change. If you don't get some kind of medical treatment, the adjuster and the defense lawyer and the jury is going to say, well, this guy never even went to any kind of therapy or anything. I just don't think he could have been that injured. So, the longer you wait, the worse your case gets. Let me just put it that way.
So let's say I contact your firm, Greg. We decide there is a case. First of all, let's talk about that initial consultation. Walk me through that, how that happens, and do I need to be prepared to shell out any money for that initial consultation?
No. Most personal injury lawyers, including us, do not charge a fee up front. You don't have to pay us a penny for a consultation. We work on a contingency basis, which means if we take your case, that means we think you've got a case. And then our interests are going to be aligned with yours so that the more money we get you in your pocket, the more money we make. So it's in our best interest to work as hard as we can and to make your case as valuable as we can, because then we make more money too. So, and you only pay us at the end of the case after we've gotten you your money in your pocket.
So let's walk through what that process is like then. So I've decided that Herrman Herrman is the firm for me. How often should I expect to hear from you? Is it the kind of thing once a week, every day? Do I need to call in? What's that process going to be like if I'm a client?
Generally you don't. We can text you now. We've got texting software. We can text you. We can call you. We can do a Zoom meeting. We can email you. Generally, you don't need to hear from us every day, especially if you're just going through treatment. Now, at the beginning of the case, let's say you have a car wreck case again, just because these are kind of the easiest things to explain. Let's say you're in a car wreck and the adjuster needs to get a hold of you. Well, we don't want you talking to the adjuster, but if it's just to look at your property damage to figure out, how much it's going to take to repair your car, or let's say your car's totaled, what that's going to cost. So we may need to be in contact with you quite a bit at first and, give you the offers from the insurance companies with our recommendations on the property damage, and whether your car will be totaled or not, and, how soon to get it into the shop. Because lots of people show up and they drop the car at the shop, but the shop can't even order parts for a week. So now you're without a vehicle for a week, and the adjuster's not going to put you in a rent car, if your car is drivable. So at first you probably expect a lot, but once we get you into treatment, you probably just don't need to hear from us for a while. And, we should contact you about every 30 days or so, unless we need to contact you more. And then towards the end of your treatment, we'll definitely be, calling you more, especially with offers and stuff from the adjuster to settle your case. And then, if your case doesn't settle and it needs to go to litigation, then that's a whole different process.
Can much of this process, especially early on, I think you may have partially answered this already, Greg, can it be handled from a distance? Because these days people are hesitant, obviously, or can't go to an office and meet face to face.
Sure. You can even hire us from a distance. We can text you a contract on your phone. We can email you a contract. We can FedEx your contract, or we can send somebody over to you wherever you are. So yeah, everything can be done remotely. You don't ever need to come into any of our offices if you don't want to.
Thank you for sharing information with us and answering our questions today. I appreciate it.
Okay. Thank you, Rob.
That's going to do it for this episode of Ask the Lawyer. My guest has been attorney Greg Herrman with offices in Corpus Christi, San Antonio, Brownsville, and McAllen, Texas. If you want the best information, make sure to go to askthelawyer.com. And if you're ready to choose a lawyer that lawyers choose, you can do that there as well. Also, please take a sec to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking below. Thanks for watching. I'm Rob Rosenthal with AskTheLawyers.com.